lead,
endurance,
drive,
stimulate,
inspirit,
encourage,
envision,
growth, activate.
motivate.
Albert Einstein once said that imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's upcoming attractions. I often think about this quote because I truly believe that imagination is the mystical power that runs the world today. Everything from the toothbrush we use when we wake up in the morning to the lamp we switch off when we go to bed is a product of somebody's imagination. Everything that is real was imagined first, and we're all in a way living the reality of someone else's conception. But this power of imagination, it's not exclusive or limited to some people. Imagination, it's within us, within each and every one of us sitting here today. While we gain knowledge in school, imagination acts as a catalyst that enables us to acquire more knowledge and use it in more creative ways. It is because of this power that we were able to transform a rock into a spear, fashion that spear into a bow, and that bow into a gun. It is because of this power that we were able to transform a mere idea into blueprints, use those blueprints to lay down the foundations, and use those foundations to build the breathtaking skyscrapers we see all around us today. I mean, really think about it. Would we have the opportunity of watching such great films and great stories come to play on screen if artists didn't think of alternative worlds in their heads? I mean, where would we all be right now if someone hadn't imagined a way for all of us to see each other and hear each other, even though we may be thousands of kilometers away? You see, ladies and gentlemen, survival in society is based upon two preconceived notions. The first being innovation powered by imagination. But can anyone guess what the other one is? It's something that our world is in dire need of. Anyone? The answer may surprise you, but it's empathy. Empathy, at its simplest, is the awareness of the feelings and emotions of other people. It really is the key ingredient when it comes to emotional intelligence. Now, I guarantee that no one sitting here today would have recognized me when I was in the 8th grade. I used to be this very anxious and self-conscious 13-year-old boy. Now, mind you, I was still studious and I still believed that I had these amazing ideas by which my schooling experience could drastically improve. Yet, I could never voice them. It was as if my voice was snatched away by this cloud of treacherous insecurities. So every day, I used to go on with the mundanity of modern life, knowing very well that it never had to be that way. Until one day, ladies and gentlemen, a teacher waltzed into my class. Let's call this teacher Mr. T. So this mysterious Mr. T barged into my class and asked, "Does anyone want to participate in an inter-school debate competition?" Now this was the opportunity of a lifetime, and I really, really wanted to participate, but there was this opposing force in my head going against the very will of my excitement, and I just couldn't get myself to raise my hand up. And in that moment, I fought with this opposing force, and I tried to explain to it the value of this amazing opportunity, but all in vain, as I simply could not muster up the courage to speak. But in that moment, I heard Mr. T's booming voice again. He said, "Aryan, what about you? Would you like to participate?" And I swear in that moment, I was so scared because I truly thought to myself, can teachers hear our voices? I did not want to think of that any further, and in that moment, I immediately said yes. On the first day of my practice, I could barely get a word out, much to the frustration and anger of my teammates. But Mr. T, he was patient, he was kind, he was determined to help me improve. He spent days and hours teaching me the right techniques, sharing personal anecdotes, and to be honest, he understood my dilemma like no other before. My interactions with him took me back to the summer vacations I spent with my grandmother in India. In these brief interactions, I used to notice my grandmother played the role of a friend, a confidant, and even a teacher with her house help Shanti. And I used to notice that my grandmother used to teach Shanti small things, such as how to pick the right grains and vegetables, how to wash them properly, and how to fashion those into an amazing dish. And I always used to think to myself, why was my grandmother doing this with so much love, so much patience, so much kindness, and so much empathy? Shanti wasn't even family. Now, although my grandmother has passed away, her initiative empowered Shanti to pursue cooking as a full time, viable business, and she would go on to become one of the most famous freelance cooks in my locality. You see, my grandmother's ability to envision a better life for Shanti not only resonated with her, but it also resonated with me, a mere spectator of this dynamic. And this, exactly this, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of empathy. Similarly, I saw the value in Mr. T's belief and tenacity in me. His ability to envision a better and more fearless version of me. And over time, I was able to master all the lessons he taught me and do my school proud in numerous debating and public speaking locations, including this one. Now, you see, all of these experiences taught me that every nod, every smile, every interaction, every laugh can bring about a change on someone else's day. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is that our brains are fundamentally divided into these two portions that really define who we are and who we become as individuals. On one side, you have the imaginative brain. It's the side that works to create innovative solutions to the world's biggest problems. It's the side that created the telephone. It's the side that created the light bulb. It's the side that created the gun. It's the side that created the world on your fingertips. But you see, there is another side to your brain. And it's one that we often neglect. It's a side that allows us to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. And this side, this empathetic side, is really what breeds these innovations and affects each and every one of us on every conceivable level. It is because of Joseph Swan's ability to metaphorically and later literally see the light at the end of the tunnel that he laid down the foundational work for the light bulb. It is because of your parents' ability to empathize with your deepest feelings and emotions that you possess everything that you hold today. Across generations, we've been blessed with the ability to build an empathetic imagination, and we can choose to wield our influence in a positive way and strive to empower everyone around us. We can create a deeper understanding of the world. We can create deeper and more meaningful relationships. Meaningful connections and links are things that we all crave for. And by promoting an empathetic imagination, we might be able to achieve a world that is inspiring, achieve a world that is imaginative, and achieve a world that is empowering. This is the ideal world, a world that I strive to create. Thank you very much.